Welcome back. This tutorial or this little video is just going to show you through how to do your next task. Hopefully you've had a discussion and had a look and talked about the basic design principles and realised that when you click on the link to Swinburne it talks through these basic principles of design: proximity, visual hierarchy, symmetry and asymmetry, repetition, unity, contrast, dynamics and emphasis. And the idea that if you incorporate those into your design alongside the art elements or the design elements, you're going to have a very successful design. And so what they did was they put their watches up just to help explain the term for you, and you guys are going to show that you understand those terms by reading through the information and putting it on your blog, but creating a t-shirt range that has a similar concept to this, in that the t-shirts don't need to have a set theme across the board like the watches, but each watch actually relates to one of these terms. And so you're going to be creating 8 individual t-shirts that show off one of these words from up the top here, one of these basic design principles. So you'll need to check and find where this file is of the t-shirt block. Hopefully it'll be up on the portal for you, and you're simply just going to, because there's going to be a Photoshop task, we're going to Control C and place this into Photoshop as we bring it across. And in Photoshop, as it loads, we're going to make a new one, and with the size we might just choose A5 paper. Will be okay for what we're doing. Yeah, so stay with A5 paper probably is a good idea. And then what you're going to do is you're going to paste that into here. So we're going to grab this image, select him, copy him across, and then we're going to pop him into Photoshop. It'll say, what do you want it as? A smart object, pixels, path, or a shape line. We're just going to pop it in as pixels, so it recognises it as a bunch of pixels, and we're just going to get it to take up most of the screen. So as you can see there, and we've now got ourselves a t-shirt that we've got. Now, a couple of things that you'll need to think about doing is whether you want a coloured t-shirt or a white t-shirt, and you guys should be able to start using those Photoshop skills that I've taught you to be able to work out how to make your t-shirt. But if you have forgotten and you need a little bit of a reminder, what we can do is just do something as simple as this to select our layers and delete our t-shirt, so that we actually have now a blue t-shirt to start with. So this could be part of one of my t-shirt ranges. So what I need to do is go back. You're going to be making a t-shirt for each of these 8 terms, but I'm just trying to think of one that I could start with. So visual hierarchy perhaps could be one that I would illustrate first of all, and I'm just trying to think how I can do this quite simply and quickly. But my visual hierarchy, remember that we always want to have different layers, so that for our t-shirt that's always going to be a separate layer, so we can solve multiple ones. But if I was doing visual hierarchy as part of my t-shirt, just say I popped this guy on here, and then I did another square like this, and filled him in and went around making some squares as I moved along in my t-shirt design. And remember, I'm doing this very, very quick, but I'd love it if you could use all your different skills that I've taught you. Remember, using opacity, making things on new layers all the time. So if we made something like this was my t-shirt, very simple. Finish off with yellow, like so. And remember, we can play with our opacity if we want it to sort of sit back over the top or not be as bright. And that there, if I then grab around the outside, and so we'll just select the back out of this one, So you can see I've selected that, and then I'll just go through and delete the edge off the yellow and the purple. And you can see how there I've got a t-shirt, very simple, very quick, just to get the concept across. But I could probably say that that works for visual hierarchy, showing that the eye gets drawn to the purple up in the corner of the t-shirt, and then it gets flowed down and obviously gets drawn in to the yellow down here. So that's your task. You need to do it for all 8. Come up with 8 different t-shirts. Again, they don't need to relate. Spend a bit of time on them, more than I have, but not too much time. You should be able to do all 8 t-shirts in over about 2 lessons. And with your designs, experiment with brushes, with shapes, not too much with photos, but if you can find simple things to create textures and different objects that you want to incorporate as part of your t-shirt designs, you can do that, and then just save each one. Make sure you pop a little text box down the bottom and pop in your type, and make sure you're doing it in a reasonable sized font. So you can see that's come up. Pop it in black, visual hierarchy. Yep, that's good to go. That demonstrates that. File, save as, and as you should with most things, when we're just popping them up to the web, we just save them as a JPEG, type it in and place it where you would like it to go. So then you can get started on your t-shirt designs.